So we're talking about primitive reflexes today. And primitive reflexes are reflexes that an infant is born with, whether that's brushing on the side of the face and they turn to find food, you put something in their palm and they grab it, you brush along their spine and then they start to flex one way. There's multiple different ones, but they're all there to help develop different parts of the brainstem and there to help the baby survive. Because obviously the baby, once they're born, doesn't know where to find food. So they need to have a stimulus to teach them how to find food. The importance of these reflexes, again, like I said, they're developing different parts of the brainstem, and they're supposed to be gone by a certain amount of time, usually within the first year. If those still maintain afterwards, they can give false inputs into the brain and into that nervous system, causing disruption, this kind of disconnection between the body and the brain. A lot of times you can see that as behavioral disorders or other types of issues. But the same thing happens in a traumatic brain injury after a concussion, whether it's a car accident or a slip and fall. I was actually doing some research the other day and I found this article out of the Journal of Psychiatry, and it said with their research that they did with their group of patients that they were researching, 98% of the patients demonstrated at least one primitive reflex. That means that reflex came back, that was supposed to be gone. And then 2 or more primitive reflexes were present in over 88% of the patients, okay? So that's why it's important now that as we're starting to test a little bit more for these, we're trying to work on these primitive reflexes to get them to go away so that nervous system can start to fire off. That way our therapies and our treatments and the other things that we're doing here in the office can have a better, bigger impact because we don't get this false input shooting up all the time throughout those primitive reflexes firing off. So that's what we're looking at. That's why we're keeping up with the research and we're just always trying to make it better.